Good afternoon, Valerie. How are you?
Good. How are you, Allie?
I'm doing very well, thank you. So I wanted to speak to you today regarding our employee engagement program, Tap My Back. I see that you're an active user. I love how much you use it, and I wanted to get your take on it. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay,
So
great.
can I just tell you, so there were a couple things that I guess I was interested in talking to you about. Specifically, I think it's a great tool to be able to know what's going on at your site. So if you're, managing a site, it's great for you to be able to see what your people are doing. A great way to acknowledge people. Sometimes, we get spread all over a campus. It's hard to be able to acknowledge people and appreciate the work that they do. So it's super easy to see what's going on as well as acknowledge hard work and folks that are, displaying good teamwork or, a good safety mindset or a savings mindset. So there are a lot of different ways, within the tool itself where you can, there are a bunch of different pull downs that are themes that, can also speak to, what you're recognizing people for and the performancing that they're doing. And I think for other people, it's a great way of also sharing success stories so that people can go, oh gosh, I didn't see that. I didn't know that was happening. Let me follow up with Jack or whoever to see how they implemented that. That's a great idea. So it's also a good way to share across different functional groups or regions. And I think it's also a great way to recognize teams, which is sometimes hard to do because you can identify multiple people on when they acknowledge on one of the taps. To be able to recognize a group, you can add photographs, which is a fun way, if you had an event, to be able to show and share across regions. So it's been super easy to jump on kind of the bandwagon. It's nice because once somebody puts something up, you can comment on it and say, hey, oh my gosh, didn't know you did that. That's so great. Give a thumbs up, write a comment. It's very interactive, super easy. And it's almost contagious. You kind of get in the vibe of it and I'll go through and I'll see a bunch of them and go, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. And, it's fun because that's the nice part of your job is when you're able to go out and recognize people for hard work. Makes you feel good. It's always kind of one of those things I like to do on a Friday, at the close of a week to go, yeah, this is my good way to end the week is to go in and see all the good work that people are doing and be able to acknowledge it. So I love the tool. I think it's great.
That's great. I love that you said it's contagious and fun. Those are two great words to describe the program. So how do you use it for your team?
Oftentimes I'll pull it out just to recognize when folks are doing good work together. Sometimes, we'll, like in Raritan, we'll recognize people for a special focus on the work. So that's also an opportunity for us to pull out and identify specific team members that have done something important or significant. I know that in Titusville, they did a fundraiser, and there was a fun picture that somebody posted, so we were able to recognize everybody. It wasn't a fundraiser, I'm sorry. They were making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as a donation. So we used that to be able to see what people were doing. And I think it's used at varying degrees at all of the sites in the East region. And I think each team uses it for different purposes. But that's what's nice about it, too. It's super flexible, so you could use it for any number of things. I just like to do it because it feels very personal. And I love to recognize people publicly, but also make it a very personal recognition for work that people do. And you don't have to do it in front of an audience. So some people kind of don't want to stand up.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be customizable in a very specific way and make it public without people feeling uncomfortable that they're being selected out. Nobody's ever said to me, please never recognize me again. This makes me uncomfortable. So I think it's familiar enough with people that they're comfortable being recognized. So.
Yes, I totally agree. I know when I receive a tap, I feel good.
I'll give you one after that. How's that?
I'll be sure to give you one as well.
Okay, good.
Those are great points.
It is nice to get a little burst. Yep.
It definitely is, and it's nice to read what's going on with the account and other employees. I think those are great points you made. I learned I didn't even know that you can comment, like. I think those are great points that you made.
Yep, it's fun.
I think that's great. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm very enthusiastic about it. Again,
Yes.
so I would encourage anybody. I mean, there's no risk, right? There's no risk in just doing it once to see how it feels. You could probably tap yourself if you really wanted to,
Yeah.
just to see how it works, you know. But yeah, it's a very low investment. I did see your email earlier today. I thought that was great.
Thank you
to
so
be able
much.
to remind people and give them a reason to give it a shot.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, Valerie. And I think you're a great example on Tap My Back. I love reading your taps, and thank you again for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Allie.